I want to send. Can we give Linda another hand here? When I first met her, she was chairman of the Clark County Republican Party down there, and she decided to come up here to this building right here to help protect our rights. I really appreciate that. I helped her on the campaign trail year before last, or I helped her on the election. You know, when she was going out for election, standing on the road, holding signs with her and whatnot. At the same time, she came out and helped us, handing out information on I-594. So she was doing that while she was doing her campaign at the same time. So. The next speaker that I want to get up here is Representative Elizabeth Scott from the 39th Legislative District.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you, all of you, for coming down and standing in the rain to stand up for our right to keep and bear arms. Thank you. I am State Representative Elizabeth Scott. I represent the area from Monroe to Cedro-Woolley, and it's great to see some of my constituents here today. This is my 4th year in the House, and gun rights has taken quite a bit of my time. Frankly, I was quite disappointed in my first couple weeks down here to find out this needed so much effort. You would think it would be a no-brainer. It's right there in our state constitution and the U.S. Constitution. Why are we arguing about this? So I want to talk to you today a little bit about why I believe this way and what makes me so fierce about it. I grew up in a patriotic family, military family. My dad was an air medic in the Air Force, and both my grandfathers were in the Army and served overseas. One of those grandfathers I didn't get to meet. My mother's father was killed, my father's father was killed in France in World War II. Fighting the Nazis. So I grew up understanding that freedom isn't free, and it takes a sacrifice of many, many, many families. So I want to thank all of you here today who have served and whose families have served. Can we give everybody a hand here? But frankly, you know, growing up in America with so many blessings all around me, I didn't really understand the value of the way that our Constitution protects our natural inalienable rights until I went to China to teach English as a second language right after the Tiananmen massacre in 1989. I was placed in a city 2 hours east of Beijing, and most of my students had participated in the demonstrations. Some of them had even lost siblings or friends, and I wondered occasionally if my class list wasn't different than it maybe would have been. So, frankly, that was a crash course in liberty versus tyranny, and I grew to understand clearly the value of our freedoms that God gave us. And frankly, it says that even in our Washington State Constitution. It says, "We, the people of the state of Washington, grateful to the supreme ruler of the universe for our liberties, do ordain this Constitution." That is something that we need to be talking about a lot, because people have the mistaken idea right now, the mistaken perception, because frankly our public schools haven't done a good job educating them, and the parents haven't either. We need to teach people that our rights were not given to us by government. You're born with those rights, all right? If you believe that government gives you your rights, then you believe that government can take away those rights, and that is a very dangerous spot to be in. Frankly, we have too many people believing that right now. So let's cut to the chase. What am I working on right now? This week I met with a group from the University of Washington, Students for Concealed Carry. We are working on a bill to allow students to conceal carry on college campuses. Now, will that pass this year? Of course not. But maybe next year, all right? With your help, we can change the makeup of the body next year. Additionally, all the bills that didn't make it through last year are automatically reintroduced. They were reintroduced on Monday, and so there is a chance that those bills will get heard, but I'm not very hopeful. I'm sorry, I sound discouraged. I'm realizing that this is a very uphill battle this year, and the most important thing is to keep people informed. Use this year as an education year, all right? To educate your friends and neighbors. Now, how many of you have been on the legislative website? legislature homepage. Good. For those of you who haven't, just search Washington State Legislature and it'll come up. And then over on the left side, you can click Bills. When the Bills page comes up, over on the lower right side, it says Introduction Sheet. You click on that and you'll see all the new bills that are being introduced each day. All right? And then the bills that are on that list for that day, the legislators, your legislators have until 2 o'clock the next day to sign on to those bills and become co-sponsors. So you take a look and see if there's some good bills or some bad bills, and then you call the hotline. I'll give you that number right now. You might want to put it in your phones or watch later. It's 1-800-562-6000. 1-800-562-6000. That's the hotline, and that works no matter where you're calling from, whatever district. Your friends don't even need to know what district they're in. So you can pass that number around. Well, I thank you again, and it's raining, so I'm going to let somebody else speak, but thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day today.